Hello and welcome to the Black Hills Connection podcast. I'm Anya Mueller, your host, and today we have our special guest. It's Kevin Miles, the CEO of Ronald McDonald House, South Dakota, because we know these are everywhere.
Yes.
So you're the South Dakota CEO, and I know there are some houses in Sioux Falls.
There's 2 houses in Sioux Falls, a 21-bedroom and an 8-bedroom house in Sioux Falls.
Okay. And so now you're moving to Rapid City. I've been seeing it on social media everywhere. So give us a little bit of insight of what this means for Rapid City.
Well, for Rapid City, we don't just plop a Ronald McDonald House anywhere. So you have to be invited by the hospital. And so Monument Health are hospital partners, what we call them. So Monument Health reached out to us 2 years ago and asked us, hey, what do you have to do to get a Ronald McDonald House? And we have since our founding 50 years ago, we have a process that you have to go through because when we're building a Ronald McDonald House, we want to make sure it's utilized. And so we have the hospital shares with us their information, how many patients they have, and we go through that whole process. And what our study found after this process was that there's about 9 families per day that could utilize the support of a Ronald McDonald House. But when you look for the future where Rapid City is growing and what's happening, we foresee that in the future it's at least 18 to 19 families per day as it grows. So we looked at the possibility of building a house, a 12-bedroom house at first, with extra space to grow into. So we're in the midst of that. We're at $6 million raised. We've just engaged a construction company, and we are taking the next steps to do a groundbreaking, hopefully by this early fall or maybe a month from now. So we just continue to try to raise the money, find the support, and we got about a million that we need to go.
Okay.
So
work in progress.
Work in progress. We're getting there.
And I understand that the location is going to be, people in town will know, across from Wear It Again Sam, so in sort of that vicinity there.
Yep, we're at Fairmount and Elm, right there. And it's right on the corner. It'll face west. And if they drive by, you'll see the signs are up there.
Okay.
We got some signs up there that say this is where coming soon.
Okay.
And coming soon is the truth. It's, for me, we started this whole process 2 years ago. We were ready to go. And the fundraising has gone very well at the very beginning, so we said we're making next steps, and it's going to happen, and we just need to get over the finish line, and that's our next process that we're working through, but we're going to start, and get the ground moving. And then let people see that it's actually happening.
Get excited about it.
Yeah.
So I think most people know, but essentially Ronald McDonald House, so basically if children are in the hospital or whatnot, receiving care in the hospital, then it gives somewhere the families to stay instead of like in the room.
Or in the hotel, in the hospital room or in the hotel or something like that. Our whole focus was started, Dr. Audrey Evans 50 years ago had this vision when she was dealing with childhood cancer. She said, we need to take care of these families. She was dealing with children with leukemia, and that's in Philadelphia, and that's where the first house was started.
Okay.
And it by chance, the Help McDonald's people there kind of helped out and donated Shamrock Shake money for the very first house. And they basically, when they were asked, when they gave the big donation to help her with that first house, they said, "What do you call it?" And they said, well, McDonald's, did you want to name something?
Sure.
And so they said, why don't you name it after our clown, Ronald McDonald? So we're named after the clown, not the restaurant.
Okay, I always wonder what that story was.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting story. It takes too long on a podcast to tell it, but and Kevin speaks, if you've got 30 minutes, I'll tell it to you, so no problem. But we don't have that. So, but Ronald McDonald then carried that logo. So that becomes it's connected to McDonald's. And so then McDonald's brought us all together and started creating a system of how to work.
Okay.
And also the pro football teams, Philadelphia Eagles were part of that. So one of the first, and all of a sudden the Vikings go after, there's a house in Minnesota that the McDonald's people got together and they started a house in Minneapolis, and then St. Louis and the Cardinals and that. Sure. So there was this growth, and then they said, okay, we got to organize this. Now, our house in Sioux Falls chapter is the 52nd chapter house in the world. We now have almost over 390 houses throughout the world.
Wow.
So, and we're in, you know, all through Europe. I was just at a beautiful house in Prague.
Oh my.
And just opened less than 4 years ago.
I didn't realize it was worldwide.
It's worldwide
wow,
now
that's
too.
amazing.
So, yeah, and we run by charitable donations. We're connected to McDonald's, they're our forever partner, but it's 10% of our funding. And that's, you round up when you go through. I always tell, I see a McCafe, if there's, did you round up when you went through the drive-thru?
Oh, good
so
point.
you round up, that's money comes to our chapter.
Oh,
If it's to South Dakota, it comes to our chapter.
Or it used to be like the little penny thing where you like your spare change or whatever.
People don't use change too much anymore. No, so it's going round up
Good
now.
point. That's how people can help.
Yeah.
I mean, tangibly. Like,
Tangibly, just by rounding up after you make your order.
Okay.
That's our McDonald's connection then.
Okay.
But the rest of it, we just reach out and invite people to participate and help us get to our end goal of at least $7 million, and we're working towards a full $10 million for future funding.
Sure, to expand it.
Yes,
someday.
That growth.
Because right now it kind of works like you said, like a communal living. It's not just one family stays there. I mean, it's
It'll have 12 bedrooms. We'll have a kitchen area. If you go to our website, and I'll provide you our website that you can put up there, you can see some visuals of what it will look like.
Okay.
It'll have 12 bedrooms. Future hope is adding 12 more bedrooms.
Okay.
That's extra size that we have to go with. And then it'll have kitchen, a grab-and-go area, a coffee bar area, grab-and-go. There'll be a living room, toy room, games room. One family once said that our children always ask if we're going to the hotel with toys. So that's, so I have some people wanting to go to the PS5 room, that's why we have a gaming room and things like that. So we create that area where people can have an semblance of home. They're going sometimes through the most traumatic kind of experiences in their life. Preemie babies is what we'll see. NICU babies we'll see a lot of. We see a lot of cancer. We see a lot of dialysis. We see all those families going through very traumatic times. What we give families is that ability to be able to take and have control within their own room. I always say when families are sitting there going into the hospital rooms, and they're in NICU especially, you have no control. Your child's being poked and prodded by all kinds of needles and tape and everything like that. You can only hold your child for so long time. Then you have to go somewhere and wash your clothes because you're encouraged to wash your clothes. So we provide all laundry facilities. We provide, and we provide a space where you can fold your towels and have control of your life at that point in time. Just doing washing sometimes is the best thing for people to do.
Feels normal.
Yeah.
So
normal is what you have to do, especially if you're away from home. And that's where we serve families that are coming into Rapid City and that are not able to make that back and forth.
Right, so it's for people who live a certain...
Spearfish, Hill City, Valentine, Nebraska, Wyoming, wherever they're coming to find their medical services here, then we're here to provide that. 21, we call a child 21 and under.
Sure.
So if your child's has a leg injury and it's going to be orthopedic, they're going to need someplace to stay. The family can stay with us. Okay. So we see mostly families because children are usually in the hospital.
Sure.
So, and we see family members, and that's a lot of what we see at our houses.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, because I don't know if you know this, but I had a child in the NICU.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so I remember, it was easier for us because we live in town and we lived in Somerset, but there was a gal whose son they lived in Wall. And it was like, I can't imagine, it's an hour there, hour back. That's such a
See, now
hardship.
Those families could stay with us and to be able to plan things a lot better. Maybe able to stay at the Ronald McDonald House and be able to maybe get home for an overnight to do something at home and get back to the Ronald McDonald House and be able to be present to their children.
Sure.
And that's our goal, is that being present. And that was Dr. Audrey Evans' idea in the first place. Was I remember her telling me, it's just being able to take the whole family isn't healthy if nobody's not rested and be able to be present completely to their children while they're in the hospital.
Yeah.
That's our whole focus, is to be able to provide that.
Absolutely.
It's a great mission. I love doing it.
Yeah, no kidding. Tough job, right?
Oh, it's tough.
Heartfelt job.
It is. It really is. It's easy to invite people to help us out and to be able to reach those goals when you believe in the mission.
Sure.
You got to, and I wholeheartedly believe in this mission. I got a great team that's here in Rapid City now. It's inviting and bringing people along and telling our story.
Yes.
And we'll get this baby rolling and get this serving the community, serving the family and community. And there'll be opportunities for the community too.
Okay.
We ran into a wonderful young girl and she was working at a hotel here in town. She's in reservations, and we're going to do an event in November 6th, so be aware of that. It's a red gala. We're going to have a red gala. And what was cute about it is, as we're going in there, we're talking to them about renting space and that. She says, she tells us, "You're with Ronald McDonald House. I still have my blanket from when I was at Mayo." And she says, "It's still my favorite blanket." So that's community then coming and giving us those blankets to be able to share with families, to giving us food so families can have something in the pantry that they can grab food at. Or coming and doing a Meals from the Heart program where they come in and cook a meal for our families so that they can come back from the hospital and have a good nutritious meal for them. So there'll be family events parts that we're going to invite people of Rapid City to come in and help us be welcoming to the rest of the community.
Okay, good, because I was going to say, people in this community want to help. They want what can we do?
That's the start. Once we get it built, well, obviously right now, donate.
Sure, yeah, exactly.
But it's also, to be able to espouse what we do, learn what we do, and to be able to advocate for us, because I think our mission is sound and strong, and it does a wonderful thing. So we're inviting people to learn more and to go to our website and learn more, to check out our video tours of our houses already that we have, and to be able to see that. Check us out on Facebook, check us out on social media, and just see. We serve thousands of families here, and you'll see our stays map, and you'll be able to click on the counties where you're from and be able to see how many families we served in these areas. And that will give you an idea of our impact in this area. We're a charity that has 2 houses in Sioux Falls, but our duty is to serve the families from this area. And now Rapid City will have the opportunity to share and help people from Valentine to Dickinson, North Dakota.
Right.
So that's our
hope. So great. Okay, awesome. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna take one tiny break. Where are we at on time? Do we know?
15 minutes.
15 minutes. Okay. Is there anything else?
Am I still on break too?
I feel like you answered all my questions that I didn't have to ask.
I've done this before.
I know, right?
What he does.
Did I hit everything?
I can tell. So families are basically referred to Ronald McDonald House by the hospital?
Yeah, so what happens is usually the family is going through an emergency situation, they end up in the hospital, and it'll be right here. Our sponsor hospital is Monument Health. They've invited us into the community. So we get referrals from them, but we serve the whole community. So if there's somebody having eye surgery or something like that, then if we have an open room, that they can stay with us for free. And that's how we do but we have to be referred by a medical facility. It's not like a hotel that you just come up and check in.
Sure.
So usually, and when you're under 18 years of age, you're assigned a social worker. And so that social worker then will ask the family and says, "Do you have a place to stay? Do you know we have Ronald McDonald House we can refer you to and put it on the list?" Then the family, they're referred to us. Then we receive their information. They call us and confirm that they want to stay with us. Because lots of people go through this conversation. Oh, should we stay with these cousins, or should we do this or that? But then they, 9 times out of 10, or do they don't want to take charity, which is also something is a challenge. I would say, we're not charity. If you want to clean a room and pay us back, we'll gladly do that. But what we do is we invite you in, and then you take advantage of that and stay with us for as long as you need. We've gone over 14 months families staying with us, with NICU families. You deal with families that go back and forth with cancer treatments, that come in for a certain amount of time, then go back home and come back again. So we work with them and where they're at the schedule, and they're referred by the hospitals to us. That way. And like I say, it's all free then for them.
That's amazing. Wow, such good stuff.
It is. I love it.
Okay, now we talked earlier about how people could volunteer, get involved, donate, that type of thing. Is there a certain place that lives on the website or somewhere that people can go specifically? So
if you go to rmhcsodac.org, that is our website address. Ronald McDonald's Charities South Dakota, or Ronald McDonald House South Dakota, will get you to our Facebook pages and Instagrams. And within our website, we will have areas where you can volunteer, where you can donate. If you go to the House in the Hills, the House in the Hills is specifically our Rapid City program. And so we'll focus on that. our focus is South Dakota. My job as CEO is to expand our mission throughout South Dakota, and it's our houses. We also have programs, that family room programs. Someday we can talk about those.
Okay.
So there's those kinds of programs that we will be a part of, that we try to expand and reach out to the Aberdeen, South Dakota, to other areas that have the population that our services can work for and help out and relieve stress.
Okay, gotcha.
So rmhcsodac.org.
Perfect. And I just think people, like, I feel like everyone has had somebody, right? Like in the hospital or going through hard times. And so everyone can relate to this situation.
It's a very relatable situation. If you ever found yourself a stranger in a town and trying to figure out where to stay because of, of an emergency, that's exactly what's happening. Given added on that it could be your child as the emergency, adds a different kind of emphasis towards it. I think for our families and what is provided, what we'll be able to do is adding comfort and control within families' lives. That's the most significant impact that we can be able to provide with Ronald McDonald House.
Sure, perfect. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kevin, for your time today. It's great to meet you and hear about the Ronald McDonald House.
Love to come back.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, you guys, and thanks for joining us today. We'll see you next time.